Webinar is where we get people to dial in on a phone number, and then they listen to a conversation that's going on. Usually there's a presenter, and there's somebody that goes through slides like this, and they present information. And then kind of towards the end of the webinar, they open it up for questions and answers. So it's, again, another way to talk about information or to deliver information to an audience. How does VIRGO market? Well, we market through our brands. And our brands have been, some of them, in existence for 25 years. So we have a long history of brands. For example, our self-storage one that we were talking about, we've owned that brand for 20 years. So people know that VIRGO is involved or has been involved in the the self-storage industry for 20 years. One of our other big brands, which is Supply Side, that one we've been doing for 15 years. And so people, again, that's health and nutrition industry. So those folks, they really know that brand, and they know when they're looking for information, they can probably get it from Supply Side, whether it's coming to our website or actually going to that event. Telemarketing. Yes, we use telemarketing. But we don't call people all the time. We call them usually once a year, and we want to know if we can't reach them another way, we basically call them to ask them if they want to subscribe or resubscribe to our magazines. So we try to use telemarketing as kind of the last way to touch somebody or the last way to get a hold of somebody if we can't get a hold of them another way. And another way that we try is through direct mail. So we might send them a piece like this, asking them if they want to subscribe to the magazine or if they want to visit our website or if they want to attend our events. And of course, we also use email. We send email asking people to subscribe to the magazine, to visit our website and see what's new. And to, again, attend our events. So everything that we do kind of follows a similar guideline. We want them to subscribe to our magazines. We want them to go to our events. We want them to come to our websites, right?
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
In regards to like the Aztec symbols, like these guys, are you guys familiar with this technology? How this works? Okay, so on a smartphone, not on a regular phone, but on a smartphone, there's what's called an app that you can load on your phone, and then you take a picture of this code. And this code will automatically link you to the website for this company. Mm-hmm. So what I hear you saying in regards to, you guys work a lot, your shtick is information.
Yes.
So is as part of your services that you're offering to this company for for representing them, do you guys track information like that? And how do you see internet sales, these kinds of hits? Do you see more of this the trend than the traditional type of marketing that's been done for the last 30 years? In short, yes.
There's a lot of pieces to that puzzle. That is actually what's called a QR code or a barcode. So that's probably been in existence about 3 years. It's being used for marketing for about the last 3 years. And it's kind of taking a hold a little bit, more so with consumers. So we market to businesses, and a lot of businesses, they're not quite there yet. So one thing that I want to make clear, we have about 17 brands here that we market for. They're all owned by VIRGO. So when we do marketing for Supply Side, that's our own brand. So we have a whole division of our company that markets for that brand. But to answer your question, yes, we do track, and we do watch how people are clicking. And that's all part of these 5 areas. We want to find out what people, and really I should say these 4 areas. We want to find out how people are interacting with us. Are they doing so through social media? Are they more apt to interact with us through email? Is it better to give them a QR code? In this particular case, what we wanted to do is provide them 2 or 3 different ways to interact with us. One was a QR code. One was, hey, come to our website, just visit the website on your own and type in the information. And I think there's also a phone number on there. So there's 3 different ways to get people to respond. But yeah, it's becoming a bigger trend. QR codes is one of them. Another one that you'll start to hear about is called augmented reality, where you can actually, it's very hard to explain, but remember that, write that one down, because augmented, it's AUG, MENTED, and then reality. And augmented reality is kind of a way to physically experience what you're looking at. And again, it's very difficult to explain, but it's basically using your webcams to shoot an image, and then you can watch the image move. So one of the examples that I saw, and this was about a year and a half ago, but it's not quite hitting the market, is that you can get a webcam and you can put up a code very similar to that. It'll scan the code, and then up on your screen, it'll start animation. So you'll start to see, like the one that I saw was for GE for solar power. So it had windmills going, and it had things moving, and farmers, and it was just really.
Instead of going to the website, it gives you this cool interface.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Complete, like it's almost a reality type of interface, and it's really cool. And like I said, it's hard to explain, but if you Google it when you get home, you'll see some examples of it. It's pretty cool. Okay. So that's some new stuff that marketers are going to begin to use. And I just saw an article about it yesterday that Apple is selling something new with their new iPad that's based on augmented reality. So kind of some neat stuff. But yes, it's lots of trends happening. We're going to talk about it in a few minutes, kind of the future of marketing and what things are dying off and what things are becoming really much more prevalent and being used much more. So social marketing, we definitely do social marketing. We post information. We have, I think, 17, again, Facebook accounts and Twitter accounts, and we're constantly pushing out information and working with people to follow us and tell people about us. So what do the Girl Scouts market? They sell cookies. Do they market them? Kind of, and we'll get to that in just a second. Anyone else? What do you guys market?
When you have your uniforms on, when other people see you, what do they think in their heads?
That we're representing Girl Scouts.
Right, but what else do they think of? Some of the things that he talked about earlier. When they see the Girl Scout sash or the vest, what do they they don't even know you, but what do they assume about you? That you're servants of the community?
Yeah.
Or that you're trouble?
Servants of the community.
That you are smart or not?
Smart.
Do they think that you are good role models for younger girls?
Yeah.
Do they see you as problem solvers or leaders of the future?
Yeah.
We hope, right?
So all of those things, market, membership, makes people say, hey, I want to be a Girl Scout. Or better yet, a parent who sees the great example that you guys make in the community say, I have a daughter who is 3 or 4 years old, and when she gets a little older, I want her to be a Girl Scout. Same thing I did with my daughter, is that she expressed some interest, and she would see you guys out in front of Safeway selling cookies, and she says, I'd like to do that. And I said, well, it's bigger than just selling cookies. It's about being involved in the community and learning about things and being a good role model and all those things that you were just talking about, Deanna. And that's all about membership. That's all something that you guys market every day. Every time you put on your sash, every time you have an event, again, there's your branding. There's your green branding, right?
Is that your daughter's truth?
No. Fundraising events. So you guys market fundraising events, right? So if you want to do a fundraiser for, what kind of fundraisers do you guys do? Give me some examples outside of your cookies, because I know that's a big one.
What's the other big sale we have? Fall sales, good.
Fall sales? And what are those all about?
What do we sell?
We sell like cookie dough or something like that, or prizes.
What do we sell at fall sales?
Like candy and nuts.
Candy and nuts.
Candy and nuts. Okay, so kind of like cookies, but candy and nuts. Now, see, that's something that I'm not as familiar with. Everybody knows that you guys sell Girl Scout cookies, but fall sales. So if I was the marketing team over at Girl Scouts, which I'm sure that they're probably doing this, they're probably talking a lot about fall sales now. They're probably letting people know that there are other things outside of the cookie sales that you guys do that are making an impact on the community. And I just put others there. Are there any others that you guys can think of? Things that you would market?
Well, not being a regular old consumer, my lingo is not the same as yours. So what I hear you asking me is, or asking them is, your question to them is, what else do you market? And they're hearing you say, what else do we sell?
Right.
Using false sales.
Right.
But what I hear you asking them are you marketing good behavior? Are you marketing role models? Are you marketing? That's what I hear you.
That's the component of marketing. So you're absolutely correct. That's the branding part of it. That's that trust that you're building. So if people see, Girl Scouts have 100 years of trust, right, in your brand. But if people were to start to see Girl Scouts in trouble and making, a ruckus and behaving badly and setting poor examples, then all of a sudden, it would probably take a pretty long time, but all of a sudden people would start to say, wait a minute, Girl Scouts I thought was always really good, but I've noticed lately that they haven't been so good. And so then you can start to tarnish that brand and tarnish that reputation. So those are all things, again, that go into marketing. So marketing, marketing kind of, a lot of people think about it as sales, and it's not. It's kind of the part before sales. It's the part that goes on all the time. The selling is only, at intervals, right? So you get marketing that's going on all the time. People are always seeing ads for Doritos on TV, of course, that's maybe a bad example. People are always marketing. They're always talking about marketing. Because it's what drives sales. It's what makes sales happen. It's what makes it easy for you guys to set up a table out in front of Safeway and know that you really don't have to do a whole lot to get people to buy cookies, right? So let's talk about that for just a minute. How do you guys sell cookies? How do you market cookies? What about branding? We talked about it. You got 100 years of trust. So that's pretty much all you need when you're, as long as you've got a really good set brand, you're pretty good on your marketing. Do you guys telemarket? Do you get on the phone and call people? Nah.
Do you girls have relatives that live somewhere else that you call and ask if they want to order cookies?
Yep.
Okay, you're doing telemarketing.
That's kind of telemarketing. So there's one, but you're not hiring people to call for telemarketing. So you're not doing like professional telemarketing. You're doing point-to-point telemarketing, personal telemarketing, which is a form. Direct mail. Do you guys send out postcards and stuff like this talking about?
We don't participate in it, but in connection with our fall sales, the troops have opportunity to earn more income if they collect magazine, these forms, like